Hi everyone, it's Rising Stories Podcast, and today is our Friday Favorites show, where I talk about all the things that I'm loving this week. And today we have a special guest. It's Tiffany Thompson from Tea of Life Podcast. Hi Tiffany.
Hey, how are you?
Good. I'm so glad you said yes to this and that you're joining me today.
I'm so excited that you asked. Thank you.
I love that we can come together and chat today about holiday stuff, but not just holiday stuff, but just things that you're loving and that I'm loving. Because I think that, I love I love shows, I love podcasts, and I love those YouTube videos where they talk about all their favorite things. Don't you?
Oh, yeah, I do. I was listening to yours, and I just kept going back and back and back, further and further and further, and I was taking a lot of notes. And I have to say, you speak of YouTube, and you had talked about the show from Glamour magazine.
Yes.
I believe. And oh my goodness, like I sat and watched that, and then my son sat and watched it with me, and my 16-year-old, and he was getting a lot from it. And I thought, man, This is like, I'm going to count this, because we're a homeschool family. I thought, I'm going to count this as economic time, because
exactly.
There's so much information in this. It was great.
Yes, those are great to show, especially someone who, like single girls or like girls who are wanting to start out in life or just right out of college, or even, like your kids, I think I'm going to show it to my son. So he kind of knows like just all the things that you have to spend money on that you don't think about and how it adds up.
Yeah, or the things that maybe you don't have to spend money on that they were spending money on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I was just surprised to me, it seemed like the higher the salary, because they do, Glamour covers on this YouTube channel, Glamour covers all of the different women from different demographics. So you've got like lower income, maybe like $20,000, all the way to like, I think it was like $300,000 a year. I'm like, what do you do with that? Like, why would you even bother? But I was surprisingly surprised to see how they were a little bit more frugal, I thought. Not that much, but like I thought it was very odd how they didn't spend the same things. I think they had bigger ticket items, but to me, seemed like they were more beneficial. Anyway, it was very eye-opening. So I'm glad you like those. I'm like hooked on YouTube.
Yeah, we are too.
There's just so much you can see and learn. And anytime something goes wrong around the house, I'm like, let's YouTube it and see if someone else is like recording, videoing what they've done.
Right.
So I
and
love
chances
that.
are they have.
So, how's your holiday shopping? Are you getting a lot done?
We do most of our holiday shopping online.
Nice.
There are a few things that we go to the store to get, but for the most part, we all have our on Amazon wish list, and we share it with one another, and that's how we do our shopping.
I like that. So does each person they'll each have a list. So they'll go on their app or online and just click and click. And then you just pick something from there.
Right.
Not
depending on the budget and depending on how many things they have on there, what they are. And that's basically how we do our shopping. Our kids are 13 and 16. So it's not like we're walking down the Lego aisle at Target anymore. A lot of the things that they want are electronics and some of the bigger ticket items even, and Amazon is just really the best place to go and get those items.
Mm-hmm. And free shipping if you're a Prime member.
Right.
Can't beat that. And also, like, I'm with you. It's the older they get, and I feel like Americans, there's no reason to go all out. I feel like we go all out all year long. If they need something, we get it for them. So.
Right. Yeah, we do have a budget, and they know that we're not going to exceed that budget. And they also know that they don't really want a whole lot. My 13-year-old right now is saying, I don't really know what I want for Christmas. I mean, how many 13-year-olds don't know what they want for Christmas?
Right.
Trying to figure that out, but
yeah. I love Amazon. I mean, it's great, especially with, you can actually, ship to, aunt and uncles here and there and not have to worry about all that. And they can send a little card and all that. Yeah. So what are you, do you have a lot of parties that you're going to this week or next week?
We had a party last week for my son's ship. He is a part of Sea Scouts, and so we did a Christmas party with them. We have another one upcoming with our troop, because we're also part of Boy Scouts of America, a troop. And then I think that my husband maybe has an office party coming up, and our small group, I'm sure we'll probably get together and have some kind of a gathering, but that's pretty much it.
Do you, what do you take when you have a party? Do you have a favorite appetizer or go-to thing that you take all the time?
The thing that I usually take most of the time is actually Paula Dean's crockpot mac and cheese. And if you've never had
heavenly
Paula Dean's crockpot mac and cheese, I suggest that you make it or find somebody who can make it for you. It is absolutely the best. And of course, there's lots of butter and cream and all that stuff in it, which is what actually makes it good. But it sits and it cooks for, a couple of hours on the crock pot, and it is so good.
That sounds delicious. So it's tons of cheese. That sounds really good.
Yes.
Yeah. I used to have a go-to, very festive, very pretty appetizer that I would take, and it's called marinated cheese, and it sounds kind of weird, but it would be marinated. So I'd put it in a container, and it would be like every other, like a block of cheddar and a small sliver block of cream cheese, and it would just be just a couple of rows, and then when I displayed them, I would do it in a wreath form, and the marinade would have I think it was red wine vinegar, parsley, pimentos. I'll have to find my recipe and put it on there. And it just looked really festive. Oh, pimento. Look, so the pimentos red, the onions, green onions, and then it'd have the parsley. So it'd have green, red, and white, and then the cheese. And it was just to die for. It was so good, and I would just take it. But it was time consuming cutting all the stuff, so I haven't done that in a long time.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, so I'm going to have a Christmas party coming up, and I'm doing, I think it's called baked feta, and then it has all of the yummy stuff, it has the olives and maybe even pimentos and some almonds, and I don't know. It looked really good. So I think I'm going to try that. And then the other thing that I'm probably going to do is a spruced up or knockout type hummus. So it's got the hummus, but then it has all the fun stuff that you would normally see. I like tapenade, that olive mixture.
Okay.
And my grocery store has an olive bar. It's a huge olive bar, and you can get all kinds of stuff to add to your hummus, and it makes it look festive. So that's a really easy thing to do. So that's what I'm taking, which leads me to one of my favorite things that I was going to talk about today, is that we have these crackers that we found out, a friend found out about, and we are hooked. My son makes them all the time, and you can buy them. They're seasoned crackers, so you make them, and they're so super easy. It comes with there's a little mix, and it's called the Original Savory Classic Party Cracker Seasoning. And it's this no-bake thing, and you take 4 sleeves of saltine crackers. You add this, you have to get a big Ziploc bag, a 2-gallon one. And you add the 4 sleeves of crackers, and then you put the seasoning and some oil, and it's like an overnight thing. You shake it up and you put it overnight, and they are to die for. They're so yummy. I mean, people just can't stop eating them. So sometimes when we do like care packages for grandmas, and we'll put those in there, and they just love them. Because I'm not a baker. I don't like to bake, but I do like to make stuff. I'm not good at baking. So too much measuring, precise measuring for me.
Yeah. That actually reminds me of one of our favorite things is the spinach dip from Publix. I don't know if you've ever had the Publix spinach dip.
No. Is it really good?
Oh my goodness. It's like crack, basically. I mean, it is so good. And we buy it all the time. And then we have these little wheat mini toast that we found actually close to the spinach dip at Publix. And they're little French toast. It's called Isle de France or Ile de France, or I don't know how you say it.
Huh.
But they're these little wheat mini toast that we actually dip into the spinach dip.
That sounds so good.
And oh my gosh, like we literally will sit and eat the entire thing in one sitting. It is so good.
I love spinach dips, and I haven't been to a party yet that had it, and it's a good thing because I'm kind of on a little bit of a diet, trying not to eat a bunch. But if I see it, I'm gonna. Oh, that sounds really good. I'm gonna have to try that, the spinach dip from Publix, because we have a Publix nearby. That'll be easy to go.
It's over in the deli aisle.
Okay. I mean, I don't think I've met a spinach dip that I didn't like. I mean, it's kind of like pizza.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah. I have this, well, I may have to make this X-rated now, but if I say this, but I remember this pastor friend of mine said, like, that sex is like pizza. Even when it's bad, it's good. That's so true. I mean, even like pizza, even when it's bad, it's still good pizza. So that's what I kind of think about spinach dip. Like, it's still good. What else are you loving?
Okay, so one of my absolute favorite things ever, I think, and I cannot go almost a day without this particular thing, and this has been for years, okay? It's this thing that my husband and kids and I have adopted to call, it's really not called this, but this is what we call it. We call it a heaty thing, okay? And that's only because we had no idea what it was called, and that just came out one day, and it stuck, and for years we've called it our heaty thing.
Okay.
But basically all it is a microwavable corn-filled heating pad.
Oh, it's filled with corn?
Yes. And so you put it in the microwave for about a minute and a half or so. You pull it out, and it is hot. And I'll sit with this all day. I'll put it on my neck, or I'll put it on my legs if I'm sitting down, or I'll put it on my stomach, during that time of the month maybe. Every night when I go to bed, I heat it up and I put it on my feet, because if my feet are warm, then I'm fine. I can go to sleep. But if my feet are cold, I cannot sleep at all. And this is even in the summertime. I will heat it up and put it on my feet in the summertime. And it is amazing. So that is probably one of and we each have one.
And did you make it?
I have one, and my husband has one. Our original one we did not make. The one that I have now I did make, but if I replaced it, I'll probably just buy one. I'm not going to make another one. The only reason I made it was because I had the supplies at the time to make it, but I don't anymore. So, but it's absolutely amazing. They make them also with like herbs and stuff in them. I think that if you heat them up, like you can smell the lavender or just different herbs in them. I've had those before, and they've been great, but they've seemed to be a little more moist. I guess the herbs, it kind of excretes the moisture whenever you heat them up in the microwave, so they would feel more wet to me, so I didn't really like that. But the corn, it
doesn't pop?
No, because it's dried. It's just dried out corn.
Dried corn, okay.
Yeah.
So not like popcorn?
No.
You have to get the dry. Where would you find dry corn?
Well, actually, there's a place around the corner from our house that actually sells it because they sell a lot of grain and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So I had gotten it from there.
So you just get it. Does it
yeah.
smell corny? Does it smell like corn?
I mean, yeah, there's a little bit of a smell to it, but it's not a bad smell. I mean, it's a distinct smell. Like if I smell it, I know what it is, but it's not, to me, it's not bad. It doesn't smell bad to me. It's not a bad smell.
Yeah, we used to have one and it was lavender and rice, I think, was in it. But yeah, I love that.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me. The other thing I was going to tell you about is, do you like body scrubs?
Yes.
I found this one body scrub. It's by Dove, and it's like an exfoliating, like body polish is what they call it, but it's like a body scrub. This particular, I want to say flavor, but it's not flavor. This particular scent but to me it's flavor. It's like crushed macadamia and rice milk.
So that is a flavor, technically.
It is a flavor, yeah.
Okay.
Which I think I may try a different one just because like when I smell it, I'm like, I want to eat this, but I can't. So I really just want more of a, like, I think I'm going to see if they have any kind of other like lavender or something fruity, because I wouldn't want to eat that. But even though it would be fruit, it's food. But I think, but they're all really nice. They just are scrubby. Anyway, it's just like and you feel like you've actually scrubbed off, like, the exfoliated, I guess.
Yeah. Because a lot of times I'll put lotion on and it just sits on top of my hands. Like I can't get it to sink in until I do the exfoliation. And then I can put the lotion on and then it seems to soothe a lot more.
Oh, yeah. I get really bad dry skin during during the winter, just because it's just the heat and washing hands a lot more, I think, like during the winter months. And
yeah.
So what else are you loving?
One of the new things that I'm loving right now is I got a new pillow, and I got the My Pillow.
Okay, I'm glad you said that. I want to know all about that.
Okay, so I did not read the reviews on Amazon before I went and bought it. I actually did buy this at Bed Bath & Beyond because I had a 20% coupon and they had them on sale. So they were actually cheaper there than they were at Amazon. And we have one right down the street from our house. So I decided to go there and check it out. And I wanted to see what other ones they had in stock as well. But I went ahead and bought it and brought it home. And then after I bought it, I actually ended up reading the reviews on Amazon, which I'm glad that I did not read the reviews first because the reviews are not good at all.
They're not?
They're not. Oh. However, I love this pillow.
Really?
So I'm glad that I didn't read the reviews because it probably would have made me not buy it.
Yeah.
So I was having like some neck issues, and I would wake up every morning and have like my neck would be hurting and I would have a headache, and I knew that this just wasn't normal. And I really had a feeling that it had to do with my pillow. And so I had tried a couple different pillows and nothing worked. And so I decided to go and try this pillow, and I've not had any neck or head issues since. Like I've not had any headaches waking up since I bought it. And it's been probably about 2 weeks since I bought it.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I love it.
I'm going to have to try that.
Yeah, they have like a travel size as well. So I think I'm actually going to go back and buy the travel size so I can use it for camping and stuff.
Yeah. I need a new pillow, and my husband needs a new pillow. We bought those Contour, they're kind of like bumpy. They have like two bumps.
Yep.
And they're just old. I mean, I think it's just time to get a new pillow. But I do like the firmness of the pillow, but I think ours has gotten too firm just because it's just dense and just old now. But isn't that terrible? But we still use it. We still like that neck support. So I'm going to have to check that out.
Yeah, I still feel like I get neck support from it. And whenever I sleep, like I have to have I have to have support on my jaw. And I don't know why. I don't know if it's a security thing or what. But as long as I can have something wrap around my neck and up maybe my face a little bit to kind of support the jaw, then I feel like I can sleep better. And this pillow does that. So
yeah. And I don't like too squishy of pillows, that's just kind of like where you're having to hit it and try to form it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to try that. I forget that
different densities. So
yeah, I forget that Bed Bath and Beyond has a lot of that stuff. So that's a good tip. I need to go check that out.
Yeah, and get the 20% coupon. You can sign up and text coupons or email or get them through the mail.
I love that all these new stores are not new. I love that all the stores are now doing online coupons. So like I was at Joann's the other day and they're like, yeah, just join, get the app and then you can get any coupons. And so that way you don't have to clip them. And so I love that.
Hobby Lobby does the same.
Yeah. I love that. So my last one is, I love YouTube and I'm obsessed with it. So the other day, one of my guests mentioned this. Actually, I guess it was just last week. She mentioned the Enneagram songs. And I'm going to have to post it. I can't remember the guy's name. But it was like therapy. Like I was like watching he has this song and it's on YouTube and he has the words and they just flash on the screen. So I'm a 7 in the Enneagram. And so he was just like reading my mail. Like it was basically talking to 7s, about who they are and like their issues and like it was just it was very encouraging. Like you want to do this and you want to do that. I mean, it was just kind of reading our mail and telling us like who we are and but kind of like chin up and you're doing a good job and that kind of, so it was very encouraging. And so all the words that he has on there are, I think it's instrumental, but it has the words, if that makes sense. So it's on YouTube. I'll have to put a link to it. And then he has every Enneagram on there.
Oh, wow.
So that was fun.
Wow. I was looking up something on my Instagram. I'll have to maybe send you a link to this, but there is this Enneagram thing that you can follow on Instagram. And basically the person uses dogs in order to like indicate what number you are or what number he's talking about.
Okay.
And so it actually really helps because I'm a visual person. And so when I'm looking at it, I can look at, the golden retriever and realize what number that represents and go, oh, okay, well, I know, what a golden retriever acts like, and so I can kind of put those numbers into, I guess, my visual aid a little better. But I can't find it right now, so I'll have to send you a link. But it's really, really cool.
That sounds like something I would really love to watch and probably OD on. I go down these crazy rabbit holes on YouTube. It's my new Netflix, like I'm not watching any Netflix shows, but I love YouTube shows. So I'll have to check that out.
Yeah. Okay.
Anything else that you...
I had a few more things on my list, and I'm having a really difficult time choosing between the last ones. But I think that one of them would probably be my essential oil diffusers and my essential oils. I cannot go without them. I love them. I actually have one going right now.
You will have to recommend one and send me the link because I am in the market for one. I think I've asked that for Christmas. So
okay.
I would like, and I'm just looking for a good one and for my office that's small enough but I want it to come from Amazon. So
yeah,
because it's easy. So.
Yeah. The ones that we use actually, they all came from Amazon. We bought them probably about 2 or more years ago, and they still work amazingly. Like I use them all the time. And we have one beside, like I have one beside my side of the bed. My husband has one beside his side of the bed. My kids each have one beside their sides of the bed. I have one in the living room, in the kitchen. So I have them everywhere. But the one that we use, I actually bought on Amazon, and I think they're around maybe like $25 or so.
That's great. Yeah, I need to get that. Yeah. Thanks so much, Tiffany, for coming on. And people can find you at Tea of Life Podcast. By the way, I love your website. It's awesome. And love your podcast as well. So we will have to do this again.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.